So over the year, for the first part of the year, we've been having our Sunday school and we've been having our lessons. We've been studying the book of Genesis. So the kids are going to give you a rundown of everything that we have studied in Genesis. Hallelujah.
Amen.
So we are going to begin with God's will.
In the beginning, God created many beautiful things, like land and the animals he made, and the waters that he made. When he was finally done, he felt like something was missing, so he made Adam, and next he made Eve. In this time, the serpent was the most crafty animal in the Garden of Eden. Satan had now come in the form of the serpent and tricked Eve to eat the fruit that God had forbidden. At this time, Adam had also eaten the fruit that God had forbidden, and they were now kicked out of it. They were now kicked out of Eden. God had cursed them and said that Adam would suffer through hard labor without food, and Eve will have pain bearing children. But as time came, Eve soon had Cain and Abel. Abel grew up to be a shepherd and Cain a farmer. As time came to give offering, Abel gave a fat sheep and a firstborn, but Cain gave a not really good fruit to God. God was pleased with Abel's giving, but he was not happy with what Cain had given him. Cain's face fell down. He was angry at God for not accepting his sacrifice. As they went out to the field, Abel and Cain talked, but Cain was still angry. Cain took a stone and killed Abel, and soon Abel's blood talked. And God said, "Where is Abel?" And Cain replied, "Am I my brother's keeper?" And for this sin, as Cain's feet still walked on the ground, he will walk around without a home. And that is the story of Cain and Abel.
I'm gonna be saying Genesis 6 to 10. And it's gonna start. I'm gonna talk about Noah. Noah and his family were very righteous people. They didn't have much, but they knew it was God who provided for them. So one day, Noah had an unusual feeling, but he didn't know that it was God who was leading him outside. So when Noah went outside, God spoke to him and said, "Noah, people do not love me, and they do not love one another. So I've chosen you and your family because I trust you, and I want you to build an ark because I'm going to send a flood to destroy everything and restart all over again." So Noah followed God's instruction, and when Noah heard this, he went in his house and woke up his son and his wife and told them that God spoke to me and said we should build an ark. So they started building their ark. And Noah went to go call the other people that God has said that we should build an ark, and he's going to send a flood. But the people mocked at Noah, and they did not want to listen to him. So they did not want to listen to him. And then Noah went again and told them, God said I should tell you guys that I'm going to send a flood. But they did not want to listen to him. So he built the ark, and then he went inside. He went inside. But before he did, he took two of animals of each, male and female, and he put them in the ark. So when the flood started, the fishes and the other animals of the water died, and other people died. And Noah sent a dove to come to see if the land had dried out. When he sent the dove came with nothing. The second time he sent the dove came with a leaf. But then the third time, the dove didn't came back because he saw his land, his home. And then when Noah came out of the ark, God told him that he's never going to destroy the world with water again, with sowing a rainbow sign.
Amen.
I'm going to talk to you about Abraham, Isaac, and his wife Sarah. Abraham was a friend of God, and his wife was Sarah, and they didn't have no child for 90 years, and God blessed him with a child. And one day, God talked to Abraham and told him to sacrifice his son. And after that, they went up the hill to sacrifice Isaac, but an angel came down from the sky and told him to stop, that there's a lamb in the bushes. And instead of sacrificing his son, he sacrificed a lamb. And Isaac got his wife Rebecca, and they had two children called Jacob and Esau. And Rebecca loved Jacob more, and Isaac loved Esau more. So Jacob stole the birthright of Esau and ran away and went to his uncle Laban in Haran.
Amen. Please support the children.
Today I'll be talking about Joseph. Joseph was Jacob's favorite son. Was Jacob's favorite son. So one day Jacob decided to give Joseph a very colorful coat. When Joseph went to check on his brothers were jealous, so they decided to throw Joseph in a well. Then after a while, they decided to sell him for 20 pieces of silver. When Joseph got to Egypt, he was a slave in Potiphar's house. Then later on, he went to jail. Then one day, Pharaoh had a dream. He called all the wise men in Egypt, but none of them could interpret his dream. But then a man from jail with Joseph told Pharaoh that Joseph could interpret the dream. Then when Joseph came, he interpreted the dream saying, for 7 years there will be a lot of food. Then for another 7 years there will be no food. Then Pharaoh decided to pick someone who could help them through the whole time. So he decided to pick Joseph. Joseph stored all the food from the 7 years that there was a lot of food, and gave it out to the people of Egypt when there was no food. Then there was no food in other cities. So Joseph's brothers came to ask for food from the vice minister. But then when they came, they realized Joseph was the vice minister. So they apologized, and Joseph gave them food.